All right, so you mentioned Kennedy Plaza now, so getting towards the end of my questions.
Okay.
But I want to kind of bring Kennedy Plaza in with the idea of the complete streets idea, right? We had bike lanes put in Ward 5, I believe, and then they took them out a week later.
Yes.
We had bike lanes go into South Main Street, and the state DOT sued Providence to try to take them out. So, which is insane, but
absolutely insane.
Yes, but what are your thoughts on transportation in general? And then we'll get into Kennedy Plaza
more specifically. Okay, good. Transportation in general. I think that a 21st century city needs to have transportation options, right? I mean, we are a city, are we? I've just got to double check with everybody first, but I'm pretty sure we're a city, and we have to have the options for people to drive and take the bus and take the bicycle. I'm a huge cyclist myself. I love bicycling. I'm a big advocate for bike lanes, generally speaking, but I recognize the importance of the work that goes into explaining that this is not going to be the end of life as we know it here on the east side when we get some bike lanes in. I've talked to some business owners about their concerns regarding, but there are studies that show that bicyclists are still humans. They still need to stop and eat and purchase things, and they do so with greater frequency than drivers because they don't go as far, but they make short, more frequent trips.
Right.
So it actually is a benefit to the business owners. The data shows. So it's a matter of communicating that delicately and but still listening to the concerns. So, because there's definitely ways that the city can make things incredibly difficult unnecessarily for small business owners.
Right.
We talked about on Hope Street. There are, for example, a few years ago, the city put these sort of sidewalk cutouts.
I still have some of those.
Yeah. And it causes some problems sometimes when it comes to snow removal and the car's not seeing them or not being able to pull out far enough. And
I've seen 2 cars lose their rims on it.
There you go. Yeah. And it's
waiting for a bus. I've seen cars go right into them and the tire just completely explodes.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, so the city can make mistakes.
I pulled my wife out of the way of a spinning hubcap once.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously,
wow.
not even
flying at you. Oh my gosh.
It was rolling super fast. I just took her and I moved her aside. Like, what is going on? We just both hit. I saw it happening. I was like, oh wait.
Yeah, let's get out of the way here. So this is not to say the city can't make mistakes in doing these sort of things. I think the vision for having more bike lanes is positive, but we have to do it right. And in order to do that, we need to get the folks who are always on that street to come and be a part of the process. The business owners, the walkers, anyone who wants to be a part of the process needs to be there so that it can be informed. And I think that informed decision making is good decision making.
What has the bike lanes been in a while? People don't even care anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It becomes a passing thing. Like South Water Street, you don't hear anything about.
Or Blackstone Boulevard.
Yeah.
That was 2 lanes for most of my life. They switched it over a couple of years ago, and now I don't even remember what 2 lanes was like on there.
Yeah.
It's a bike lane and there's a car lane.
You don't think about it. You really don't. And North Main Street's probably, North Main Street is almost like a highway in the middle of the city. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it is
I think losing a lane, we have to look closely, but a bike lane on that area would be beneficial as well.
All right. And so let's get into Kennedy Plaza.
Okay.
All right, so there's a plan now to move the DOS hub to Dorrance Street. It seems like really it's the only plan on the table, and I look at it and it looks exactly like the old 3 hub plan to me. You think
it's designed like that?
I think it's pretty much that. They're saying we're still going to have bus service to and from Kennedy Plaza. We're going to have bus service to the train station, and we're going to have a main hub here at Dorrance Street. But it feels like 3 hub plan. Basically, that's the 3 hub. That was the 3 hub plan.
Yeah.
So I don't see any difference between this and the 3 hub plan myself. I know there are probably minor cosmetic and real differences, but for the basics, that's the basic plan.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Kennedy Plaza? Should we keep it? Should we move to Dorrance Street, or what have you thought about that?
Yeah, I've been enjoying seeing what I thought was a genuine come around to the Dorrance Street plan.
Yeah.
I like it. I was also told that the changes there are to support electrification of the buses, because Kennedy Plaza, as it is, can't support the battery recharge stations or something to that effect. Like, there's some infrastructure benefit to having it enclosed in a building like that, and then you get housing on top and the retail there, and just make it a nicer experience for everybody. I consider folks who would come to our city or enjoy better access to the train station, for example, and looping that into our larger transit network, I think should be a goal. But of course, it needs to be, again, community driven, right? Every decision that gets made should be driven by the people who use that service. And if people can come together on an idea that supports both the goals of electrification and supports the other goals that RIPTA is aiming to achieve, while still maintaining the ease and the routines that they currently maintain at Kennedy Plaza, I would entertain that. Yeah,
All right,
I'm
cool.
just excited to see folks coming together around a solution.
Yeah, I'm happy to see some outreach on the part of DOT and RIPTA,
Yes,
because
which
so
has been a
far
change.
this was fought for a year.
Mm-hmm.
We would get these meetings and these hearings because they were offered. We got them because people demanded them.
Yeah.
So.